Moin, willkommen zurück. Typical German apartment tour, our rental apartment in Germany. From Deanna and Phil, let's check it out. I am Mace, your amateur Canadian. Not a professional Canadian, not yet, anyways. I don't say A enough. I don't say a boot. I'm not polite enough, and I don't say sorry enough. So there's a lot of things lacking. I do, however, have my Tim Hortons this morning. My wife bought me Tim Hortons. So thank you to her. And let's check this out. Yeah, this should be interesting. I wonder what the differences are. I can already see those funny looking light switches on the outside of the door. And countries. Okay, countries, just calling all countries. Can we just agree to have the same electrical outlets everywhere? Every time I'm traveling, it's like a different country and then the electrical outlets. You can't plug in your laptop. It's like, can we just agree on like a universal electrical outlet, please? Please? Bitte?
Hey, AD. Oh, it's you. Well, I expected somebody else, but just come in. What's up, guys? We're Deanna and Phil, and in this video, we're going to show you around a typical German apartment. And the first thing actually has to do with the way you enter these apartments.
Come back out with me. One of the things I noticed in Germany when I first arrived is the handles are not turnable. A lot of the front entrance handles are just these faux handles, and how you get in is you just have to turn the key to enter, and that's how you open.
Is it seriously just a faux handle? It's just there for aesthetics? That's kind of funny.
In the door. I think this is common throughout Europe too. We've been in a few. You can also extremely lock yourself into this one, but you're trapped with us.
We have here a 2-bedroom apartment, or like we say in Germany, a 3-room apartment. It has 75 square meters, which should be anything a little bit above 800 square feet. And we have 3.
So we figured out on another video, because I was a bit ignorant about square meters and people were giving me the gears a little bit because, you know, the imperial and metric and whatever. But my apartment is, we figured it out, about 1,100 square feet, something like that.
3 separate rooms, separate kitchen, separate bathroom. We're here in the entrance room.
It's the room of doors.
Yeah, this is basically the hallway. We're pretty lucky. This is a very big one, and all the other rooms are accessible from this one. So what we have here is a very typical shoe rack. We usually have a shoeless household, but for this video, I'm wearing it. When we film, we always wear shoes.
Phil likes to wear shoes when he films. It's a weird thing.
I don't know why. It just makes me feel more confident. Another thing that's very common in German houses are these doorbell speakers, whatever. This thing rings and then we
Somebody's
can pick
downstairs.
it up and speak to the outside world. Hello? Anybody there? Not right now. And then you just... And then we have
Buzz
this
them in.
closet.
I have the same thing. Like when I go visit my sister, I need to like type in her number and she just presses a button. She actually even has an app now. So she has an app on her phone which is connected to their apartment system or whatever. And when I dial the number, she can be away from the house and leave the door in the apartment open if she's going out to do some errands. And then she can just buzz me into the building. I can go upstairs to the unit and get inside. It's pretty cool.
In our entrance room, because there was literally no space anywhere else to put it. We have basically most of our clothes stored here in the entrance hallway room. And then suitcases on top. We also have a little bit of storage in the basement, and we show you at the end of the video. This is gonna be the creepy.
Why does he look like he's a prisoner? Yeah, and they were apprehensive. She was apprehensive about opening the closet because she's worried that it's going to be messy. Everybody is dealing with that, right? Like, it's just a reality sometimes, and it is stressful, and it does give you anxiety sometimes when your house is not in tip-top order or tip-top shape. It's that chaos that Jordan Peterson talks about, right? You have that chaos in your bedroom. And we're going through the same thing because we just had our wedding party this past weekend, and we still have a lot of the after effects and just an overabundance of like leftover food and gifts and, you know, all of these gifts and boxes that we received. And my precious. Yeah. So
biggest basement dungeon you've ever seen, but stick around for that. One thing that Deanna wanted and did a very good job with is like this section, because there was this empty space
It's
between
pretty.
these two doors.
You got
We
a little picture there.
IKEA shelf and put some doors in, some feet, and I think that elevated it so it looks quite nice. A little bit of decoration. Here we have a spot for our keys, and then we have this picture that I got you for your birthday.
Yeah, it's this artist based out of Munich.
Yeah, and I think this area gives a very
like
nice
anime
visual when you walk into the apartment for the first time, which is also nice because our doors are not the most beautiful, but it is what it is.
The doors almost have like a institutional or industrial aesthetic, kind of utilitarian. Little cups like that, like we have the exact same one. It is usually a candle, right, inside.
Next, we're going into the living room or the Wohnzimmer.
The main
Wohnzimmer.
one, biggest room of the apartment.
So this room is our TV watching room / my office, doing this dual combination room here. You saw our sofa in the other video. We got it from eBay Kleinanzeigen. It pulls out so you can make a little like sleeping bed.
Oh, nice.
But also all of these come off so you can wash them, which is super nice. I think I scrubbed everything that we've gotten from the marketplace.
Yeah, and that sofa was just 100 euros.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
It was a really good deal, too.
We tried to stay very budget with all the interior.
Yeah, we needed to. One thing you'll notice is the very German windows. We have them all along this wall, which is really nice, and then they open up multiple ways, the fun stuff. Also these
I love those windows. I love those windows. I like.
curtains are something unique that I haven't seen before. Normally I have like a curtain rod in the houses I've been in the US, but these roller curtain things, we had to find specific hooks for them and a specific curtain to get these. Phil actually ironed it. We had to borrow an ironing board and iron from our neighbor.
Yeah, we got blackout curtains, and they help a lot with the light and the sound. I like them a lot.
Then we have
Does he have a gaming system? I'm trying to see on his entertainment center there if he has a gaming console or not.
the heater, nice heating system.
Typical German.
You heat every room individually, which is nice for heating costs. This room has gone through several variations of layout, and it was a little difficult. We ended up settling on this just because it was the most open. We end up moving this TV stand all the way towards us every time we want to watch because Phil wants to get a new TV, but it's not in the budget at the moment.
Well, the thing is, this is an old 37-inch TV, and it's just too far away from the couch. Look, when you sit all the way back here, that thing is just not big enough, and that's why we scooted all the way over.
Also, one of the common things when renting an apartment or a house in Germany is that it won't come with a...
I'll do the same thing, except me and my wife, we sit closer to the TV because the TV is mounted on the wall, and we have like we have a 65-inch TV, and so it's definitely big enough. But I like to make it like the theater because I don't even like going to the theater anymore. It's just the movies are too long, and I like to be able to pause the movie. And we have a giant TV and a great sound system, so why not watch it at home? But we used to have a smaller TV, and I would do the same thing. I would like pull it close to try and give the illusion that it's a bigger TV.
Light fixture. Sometimes it won't even come with a light bulb. We were here for the first
That
few
looks
weeks
kind of
with just
sketchy.
a light
Make sure
bulb dangling here.
the
It
breaker's
looked
off,
really
buddy.
rough.
You don't want to electrocute
But
yourself.
we end up getting this nice black metal light
Oh, that's
fixture,
nice.
and I like it. It's more decorative since we don't use overhead lights that often.
Very nice, very industrial.
Yeah.
Really nice,
Then this
really
is my
nice.
office. This is my little desk area.
I think we have the exact same light thingy there. That light. My wife has them for her blog. I'll share my wife's blog on another video. It's a cooking blog, and she does lots of amazing recipes. If anybody's interested, let me know, and I'll mention it on a future video. Actually, I'll leave a link in the description for her website. Go check it out. A lot of great Filipino food. Amazing. Check it out.
Do some work on here, get it done.
Katten.
It's pretty standard. I have a whole bunch of desk
Katzer.
office coworkers
What's a
that
cat
are
again?
here
Katzer?
with me, and they support me. We are not complete with this, but we were not in a hurry to get any more things. We do need a rug, though, I think. I like a little rug here because I like to sit down when I eat, and if we sit down and eat here, I want to eat on the coffee table. But this rug situation has been very difficult. We don't know what color to get, what texture, what pattern.
Yeah, any suggestions welcome? What kind of color for the rug should we get, or should we get a rug at all?
color is important, but it's also the aesthetic of the rug, like what type of pattern it has on it. Obviously, the color has to factor into that, but there's a bunch of things. I'd have to take another look at the room. I'm no interior design person, though, to be fair.
All right, leaving the living room, we're gonna go into the bathroom next, and our bathroom is behind this lovely door.
Is a baño.
Door number 2.
Yeah, let me turn the light on.
Oh, I forgot to put my clothes.
There's clothes here. It's not the fanciest bathroom, but I think it does a
washing
very good
machine's
job
in the
with
bathroom.
the room. It's providing. One thing, we had to get the washing machine in there. Very common German apartments or houses in general. You either have the washing machine in the bathroom or the kitchen sometimes, or you have a washing basement, but then you have to do all the stairs and stuff like that. So we had to get this one. This was used as well. It's always one of the heaviest things to get into an apartment, but it's in a spot now. It works, and that's very nice. Another thing we have is a bathtub, as you can see. It's not just a shower. Often smaller apartments come just with a shower, and also very common, the detachable shower head, so you can get all the spots,
the crevices.
and not just have this fixed one on the top, so that's very normal.
He complains about that every time we're in the US.
Yeah, I don't know how to clean it out. Yeah, but aside from that, not very spectacular bathroom here. Oh, one thing, the sinks in Germany, they very rarely come with this underbuilt storage thing.
Yeah, the vanity storage.
The vanity stuff. In the US, it's always like a huge thing. So we got these cheap IKEA things to have a little bit of storage. But you might have noticed there's no toilet in this room, and this is very untypical. Atypical for a German apartment. Our toilet is actually separated.
Behind door number 3.
Door number 3.
That's different. That's definitely different. Not that I haven't seen it. This reminds me of some of the apartments that I lived in when I was in Vancouver. Like very unconventional thing, like rooms separated and laundry rooms and a lot of multi-purpose rooms or rooms like combined into each other.
We have a completely separate room for the toilet, which is kind of nice. This one is even smaller. As you can see, it's just maybe 1 meter wide. We have the toilet, we have another sink, which is good. And the good thing about having it separated is if somebody wants to take a bath, like I like to take a bath, you can still go to the toilet. So that's good. And we have the same IKEA thing under this sink as well. I really need a Bumgun though. I need to install a Bumgun. That's something the
Did he just say, what did he just say?
typical German apartment is missing.
I need a bidet.
And if you don't
Did he call it a bum gun? Phil. It's like, that's similar to the Philippines though. Like there's bidets everywhere in the Philippines and a lot of Asia and I'm sure Europe as well. North Americans just, I don't know, they don't like it, I guess. A lot of people are installing them, like, but they have to do it themselves, right? They're not the norm.
don't know what a Bumgun is, then I don't know, you go back and watch our Thailand videos.
You're missing out. All right, now we're going behind door number 4. We're going into the kitchen. Here's the kitchen.
Wait, is it Kucha?
So in Germany, oftentimes the apartment will be rented without a kitchen, which is so bizarre to me. I feel like it's a necessity. You'll have to buy a new one, bring your old one, or buy the kitchen from the previous.
That seems like an incredibly expensive endeavor and an incredible amount of work, of construction work to tear down and remove the kitchen. And then it's got to be super expensive to get all the new appliances and kitchen, like cupboards and everything.
Tenant.
I see a rice cooker.
Which can get expensive and crappy depending on what you have. We experienced some people trying to sell kitchens for more than they probably bought them for or they were worth. We have a sink, we have a dishwasher here.
That's luxury.
I like it. We have our stove here. It's a little dirty. Wow. I should have cleaned before you guys came over.
It's itty bitty.
And then we have our oven here.
Wow.
Pretty nice. That's our chef.
Everything's so small.
Private chef.
Well, I mean, not that
Sumo,
small.
Private
But
chef.
Rice cooker.
Rice cooker.
Steamer.
Steamer.
Cactus.
I'm not 100% sure if this is real or not. I've had this for 2 years now, and
But you watered it, and we
it
thought
has
maybe...
real dirt, but I don't know. I've killed every other plant we've had, so we're sticking with the cactus and the fake plants.
Let's see what's in the fridge.
And then we have our fridge. Wow, this is judgment.
Well, it's not the word.
You know they went in there and cleaned that. Like, look at everything in a nice little row. So cute.
right now.
This is our freezer. It's a little tiny.
Oh, frozen pizza.
So we have another freezer here for additional stuff.
It's a little makeshift, you know, it's not the best fridge, so they put this other little one in there.
Yeah,
it's great.
It does the job. And
I
we
like
got
it.
this table for super cheap. It kind of matches the countertops, which is good, but it's not the
It's
the
a
best.
little small. We thought it was bigger, but it's not.
And then we have our coffee machine.
Yeah, we got the Senseo machine again because I think the pads are a little better than these metal plastic ones.
Yeah, we don't like the plastic on the
It's a
other
loud
ones.
little
All right,
machine.
one other thing we have is a closet pantry thing. Do
Yeah.
not judge us. This is going to be full on judgment in here. But
I think it looks great.
yes, that looks great.
It does. That's what you need. Storage is never enough in any apartment. We put our cleaning stuff in there. We have a lot of food in there, some tools, boxes on the top. And it wasn't that clear before. The kitchen came with the apartment. We didn't have to pay for it.
Oh yeah. Yes, it's included.
Wunderbar.
Now for the highlight of the whole apartment. It's the man cave, or Phil's room, my room. I feel a little stupid.
That's where the magic happens, eh?
This is the room I spent a lot of time in on my computer. I had the cool screen, back screen, that was supposed to show up here. It's the smallest of the three rooms. It's a little narrower, so we set that up as my working room and gaming room. And I can film in here. I also want to stream in here, so I got the two monitors set up, my nice computer here. I have a little bit of a green plant here. I got the fake plant from IKEA with this little guy. He's just
So
hanging out.
cute.
One thing I really am bad with is cable management, and I need to do a better job. I don't know how, but I need to deal with that stuff and somehow make it look a little cleaner. Then I got these cool pictures on.
I'm the same way, man. Cable management is tough, especially with television. I have our TV up on the wall mounted, and then it's hard, man. I need like a guru. A cable guru.
The wall, Levi, Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball 1, and then we have a Food Wars one here. These are disc plates. I made a video about that on my channel, Potato Phil, if you want to check them out. I like them a lot. And I have two shelves in here. This one is supposed to be the little bit more organized one. I have all the camera gear here and a little bit of light, my sunglasses. And this one is just a dump at the moment. I don't know, the storage, I have so much little stuff flying around. One thing that was very good, we got this carpet before we moved. We said that in the last video, and it helps a lot with sound and with comfortness too. It's very nice on the feet. We got actually the same light as in the living room, just a little smaller, and I like that a lot. It gives this nice little warm contrast. And I also have the blackout curtains, but they're very wrinkly. That happens if you don't iron them after you bought them. So let's follow along across the hallway.
Door
the
number
floor.
6.
Another thing Deanna noticed is that these doors lock from either side. You have this little metal key and it goes in either from the inside or the outside, and you can just lock the door.
It is so creepy. You can just lock someone into a room. Also, these handles are not the little knobs that I'm used to. They're proper handles.
Weird thing, we have this like these half see-through doors.
Yeah.
They're a little old school. I don't think they're as typical anymore, but they definitely were at some point. Anyway, welcome to the master bedroom.
This is where the
Zimmer.
magic happens.
In every room tour, in every house tour, the master bedroom is like the highlight at the end. And this one is not that spectacular. However, one thing that I really, really liked and looked forward to is our bed. I was planning this for years. This bed is 2.40 meters wide. We have a 140 mattress and a 1 meter mattress next to each other.
I can't tell you how important having a good mattress is. We have a king size mattress, so like a big one. It has the motion reduction, so like if I'm rolling around and moving, wife doesn't really feel it, which is really, really nice. Like, you need to have a good sleep. It's cool, it's comfortable, and our prior bed was keeping us up at night, so it's worth it. If you're out there struggling sleeping, just bite the bullet and get a good night's sleep with a good bed.
And that's also very typical in German apartments to have two mattresses and you just shove them together. But the advantage is it's not just like queen size, but you can make it as big as you want to. We also have like 4 blankets, like 2 each. We had side sleeping pillows. We have all the plushy babies in there too. As you can see, we also have to store our bikes here, which is a little bit unfortunate because we just have no other space for that. We don't have an inner courtyard. The situation in front of the house is not so good, so we bring them into the apartment, and this is honestly the only spot we can really put them in. But so far, they're not bothering us that much, so in the bedroom they are.
Yeah, bikes are tough because they take up so much. It's like they take up so much space, but they don't, right? Like, unless you take off the front wheel and you turn the handlebars sideways. I have mine shoved in our storage unit, so it doesn't make it necessarily super easy to get them out. Like, I can get them out, but it takes me like 6 minutes to like pull them out and put everything back in, which is annoying, right? You just want to be able to grab it and go, especially as the weather gets nicer and I can bike to work, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we give them a nice wipe down. They're good to go. Welcome to the cozy corner. This is my side of the bed. I got this nice side table from eBay Marketplace, and it was a little busted, so I did black nail polish and painted the edges that were cracked.
Yeah, so that's one disadvantage of the white bed. I don't have enough space for another side table, but that's okay.
If Phil could have it his way, he would have an entire room with just mattresses.
Just mattresses, an entire apartment.
Yeah, that'd
How
be
awesome
great.
would that be?
All right, so we're gonna go to the creepiest room in this building. I cannot go down there alone at night. The basement.
The path to the dungeon. There's this little light here.
Keller. Keller, like cellar, basement.
I think this is very typical, as Germany is a very old country. A lot of the buildings are very old too. Just take a peek into this room.
There's where other people store their bikes.
So a lot of these buildings have these old...
How come you don't store your bikes there then? Is this... You're worried about your neighbors stealing, I guess? Yeah, it's not ideal.
basements, and this one is very rustic, dungeony.
Well, look at that high ceiling, though. That's the
Yeah,
quality.
the high ceiling. Also very typical, these storage rooms, they're often separated by these wooden things. Somebody has like nice barbed wire on top of here.
Yeah.
So, because depending on the city and your neighborhood,
barbed wire.
these get breaking into a lot. And then, yeah, we have this little nice torture room. I always think this looks like somebody, I don't know, butchered, yeah, and then hung him up on these things like a Final Destination thing or Saw, I don't know. Yeah.
I was gonna say, you've been watching some Saw movies.
But this is where the trash goes, basically. It's just overall a pretty creepy basement. It's full of spider webs and creepy crawlers, I would assume.
I hate it. This is where we have to drop off the trash and recycling. You have to separate in Germany, so there's the plastic, there's the paper, which is always too small, so there's extra paper and glass outside, and then this is the regular trash here. And I think the coolest thing, I think this is normal in big cities, but they come through the bottom and pick it up when the trash guys
Yeah,
come.
that leads to the street, to the floor level.
Yeah, and they pull it up from above, which I think is the coolest thing. But if you're our Soulmate patrons, you've already seen this creepy basement. We did a video for you guys, and we wanted to give a shout out to our Soulmates today.
Yeah, so big thank you to our Soulmates, Ricky, Dorian Dino, Gary and Amanda Day, Laura and Jared, the two restless retirees, and Christina Lights. Big thank you to you guys.
Thank you guys.
All right, that's it for this video.
Wow. So, yeah. Not that different than some unconventional apartments that I've seen in, say, Vancouver. And as you all know, with the economy, even worldwide, like, and housing crisis everywhere, I'm sure, but in some of our big metropolitan areas in Canada, it's getting really, really bad. There's a Reddit page for like scummy landlords and it's really interesting and sad and frankly like disgusting, some of the apartments that people are trying to sell. They'll have literally like a bathroom, and then they'll like stick a bed in the corner of the bathroom and have that for rent for like $600 a month. Or they'll have like a shared bedroom and they'll have like 3 university students in there, and it's like $600 a month or something, and it's just like a bed on the floor. If you're interested in checking that out, yeah, just search. I think it's like scum landlords or something like that, or landlords of Reddit. I don't know, but it's not too good. But their apartment, I like their apartment. It's cute. It's kind of cozy and it's neat. Aesthetically, it looks pretty cool. It's got some interesting idiosyncratic differences, I guess, than our typical homes here. And then there's like my parents who have like in comparison to our place, like a giant house, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 bedrooms and like 3 or 4 bathrooms. Huge basement and big garage and big giant yard. So they're lucky. All right. Danke. We'll see you all soon. Auf Wiedersehen. Bye bye. Tschüss.